Hey guys, good to see you. It's Majesty Banger here with the Financial Drive Through, where I take you through the world of cryptocurrencies, online investing, and pretty much everything going on in the space. Now, it's good to point out that I am not a financial advisor, and so everything that I say and do on this channel is based off of my own research and my own personal bias. So I do encourage you to do your own due diligence and make sure everything that you do in crypto is right for you. Also, I should point out that I have a link in the details section of the video for anybody who's looking to get some Ledger wallets. I do encourage you to use the link. It would support the channel. And now that I said, let's drive through. So first up, let's take a look at the charts. Now, yesterday we were somewhere around here and we saw a price dip in towards the support line. Now, we saw a little consolidation over here, right, in this space. And, you know, the market actually dipped all the way down. But as you can see, it stopped at the second support line that we had marked out. So far, support is proving strong. This is the 4-hour time frame. And for those of you that don't know, this is Bitcoin. So this is the Bitcoin BTC USD chart, and so if you saw our video yesterday, you saw we talked about this and we predicted the price would actually go all the way down here. Now we do see some consolidation happening over here, so that's when the market is moving sideways, and it shows indecision between buyers and sellers. People are actually not sure of what's going to happen next. We have the 21-day moving average and the 100-day moving average over here, and that is basically encouraging, I would say, encouraging price to actually come back up to 7,700 and basically 7,700 and about 7,900. So basically, I expect that by tomorrow, price is actually going to climb back within this range. But that is just my assumption. We've seen a lot of times that crypto does not exactly follow technical analysis alone. A lot of times there's a lot of stuff that happens in news that makes the price actually move against what we calculate technically. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but with the headlines that we're going to look at, we can now decide if we believe this is going to remain bullish or not. So that said, let's take a quick look at the markets, and I'm going to refresh so we can actually have up-to-date information. So Bitcoin is down by 1.70%. Ethereum is down. Ripple is actually up 2%. It'll be interesting to find out why. We're probably going to talk about stuff that's boosting the price. Bitcoin Cash is down. EOS is down. Pretty much everything else is down. Monero is up. Dash is up. So let's just quickly take a look at the biggest winners. So Populous is actually the biggest winner right now with 12.99%. ODEM, I actually don't know ODEM. I haven't done any research on it. So that's up by 5.22%. KuCoin shares are up. Monero is up. I was actually hoping to see Binance Coin in this list, but Binance Coin isn't showing here. We have Monero, Dogecoin, and a few others. Electroneum is actually up. I did promise you guys an Electroneum mining app video, so I would do that over the weekend. I think the weekend is probably going to be when I'm going to be doing my educational aspect of the channel. For now, I'm just going to be doing the news and basically keeping you up to date on everything that's going on. So that said, let's get right on to it, into the news, shall we? Now, the first headline we're going to be looking at is a Democratic Party hopeful to accept Bitcoin for the U.S. presidency in 2020. So Andrew Yang, he's a second-generation Chinese American, and he'll be running for U.S. presidency in 2020, and he's announced that he'll be accepting Bitcoin for funding. So he says the campaign can accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and anything on the ERC-20 standard within a maximum of $2,500 US. He would also be accepting Venmo payments of up to $2,700. So according to the portal, donors will receive a form that will allow the campaign to verify their voter qualification. So after the verification, all them donors and voters will be able to receive a cryptocurrency wallet address that will allow them to make donations. So I mean, this is all good stuff, because technically it's nice to be able to say that you supported a particular candidate with cryptocurrency, because I mean, this is stuff that we want. We're looking for random stuff to basically use our cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency adoption is something that people are actually waiting for. Like, we want to be able to say we used it to pay for an Uber, we bought coffee with Bitcoin. We want to be able to tell the guy next door that You know, we paid for our pizza, and yes, pizza is a very big deal in Bitcoin. If you don't know it, Google Bitcoin payments for pizza, and you probably find out about the very first Bitcoin payment. Next up, we're looking at the newly appointed SEC official, and he urges crypto enthusiasts to come into compliance. So here they say the latest appointed officer is none other than Valerie Szczepanik. I probably killed her name there, and I'm really sorry. So yes, we'll just call her Valerie for the sake of the show, right? Now, she was given the responsibility to oversee the cryptocurrency industry, and she's definitely one that doesn't stand against innovation. However, she believes that the lack of compliance on the part of crypto investors is what's bringing unnecessary complexities. So she said she wants people to come talk to her. She wants, when she's meeting folks, she wants them to see her as someone who's interested in communication and back and forth and looking forward to encourage innovation and stuff that helps investors and the market. So she really wants that back and forth, right? Now, Hester Pierce, he's a Republican commissioner. He believes that people are hesitant of the SEC because they perceive it as going through enforcement. Now, I mean, we know the police, we know the government, we know that when they're thinking stuff, we're usually paranoid about this. But I mean, this is crypto. If we're going to go anywhere in this, we're probably going to have to speak up. So kind of like when the Bitcoin ETF was going around, the SEC put out a form that allowed the public, the general public, to basically put their opinions forward and get a feel for what the public wants. Now, it's not every time you get that, but if you see in a similar case like this now, where the latest appointed officer in the SEC is actually asking for the people to bring forward their opinions, their back and forth, their thoughts and everything. I mean, that's just stuff that we want to look forward to. Right now, our next headline is Goldman Sachs turns his back on cryptocurrencies, favoring fiat currency, a bear market forecast. So this is very disappointing as far as I'm concerned, because Goldman Sachs is a big deal, and if they say a lot of stuff like this, it's going to drive a lot of FUD. People are going to try and sell. People are going to feel that if Goldman Sachs is not behind it, there's probably some hullabaloo and stuff that they need to work out. So here the article says Goldman Sachs is a leading investment bank with an international presence in New York, and they have expressed unfavorable outlooks towards cryptocurrencies. They went on to say that the chief investment officer of the investment strategy group of Goldman Sachs, Sharmin Murzafarahmani, has mentioned the points of deficit of cryptocurrencies. According to his statement, we expect further declines in the future, given our view that these cryptocurrencies do not fulfill any of the three traditional roles of a cryptocurrency. They are neither a medium of exchange, nor a unit of measurement, nor a store of value. So, I mean, this is stuff that I want us to actually talk about. This is stuff that I want us to think about. Do you believe, and trust me, this is a valid question, do you believe that Bitcoin is a store of value or a medium of exchange? Or, I mean, should it be like a unit of measurement? Now, the reason I ask this is because yesterday we were talking about Vitalik Buterin's comments about mass adoption and what we want. And I myself was very guilty of the fact that I was thinking, I would like to see a Bitcoin bull run. I would like to see the price surge. I mean, I am personally invested in Bitcoin, and I would like to know that my investment is not going to be all in the red. I mean, in 2018, we've all been in the red. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're saying, except you've been shorting Bitcoin like on BitMEX or on your MT4 app or something like that. You have had some losses because Bitcoin did go down from 20K, and right now we're pushing around 7,000 to 8,000. I mean, that is a huge dip. So the question is, if I'm given a bunch of Bitcoin, let's say I have one Bitcoin, for example, I am less eager, and I have to be honest, I'm less eager to actually pay for my Uber with Bitcoin when I can pay for it with fiat currencies. For those of you that don't know, fiat currencies are the regular local native currencies of the country you're in. So in Nigeria, I will be paying with Naira. In the US, I will be paying with dollars, and so on and so forth. Now, the thing is, Bitcoin has so much value, and I do the air quotes feeling like I shouldn't, because we're also trying to establish the value of Bitcoin, right? So the point now that we're in is where a lot of what we call the stupid money, the people who just got in based on the hype and all that, those guys have all sold out of crypto. And right now we're seeing 6,000, 7,000 as what we consider to be the actual value of Bitcoin, because everybody that's sold out has sold out, and this is where the market is holding. So do you believe that at this price, especially if you bought it when it was maybe 15K or 12K or whatever, do you believe that you would consider cryptocurrency or Bitcoin in particular to be something that you would want to use to make regular coffee payments or such? So what he's saying here is that he expects further declines in the future because he doesn't believe it fulfills these traditional roles of cryptocurrency. So technically, people aren't looking at crypto as a medium of exchange, nor a unit of measurement, nor a store of value. I mean, people aren't looking at holding. Yes, there are a lot of hodlers in the market. We know this. But the truth of the matter is, hodlers have seen really, really great profits diminish if they've been holding it down. So just imagine you've been hodling since it was 20K, and right now it's 7K. Do you still feel that holding on to Bitcoin is a big deal? Now, there are a lot of projections and predictions that are saying Bitcoin is going to 50K, 100K, and all that. And that's beautiful stuff. But what they're trying to say is that they expect these declines because people right now are all going to be more emotional. I have no doubt that Bitcoin is actually going to go up to 50K and all that. Personally, I believe this, and this is how I feel. But I want to know what you think anyway. So that's kind of why I've gone on this whole spin-off. So, I mean, they also have a lot of statistics over here that have been suggested by the help of Gallup and a Wells Fargo survey, right? So, as per the survey, they say about a total of 96 correspondents who've come across the term Bitcoin, only 2% own digital currency. A bulk of 72% possess hardly any interest in purchasing this cryptocurrency. Now, they also said Bitcoin has yet to make significant inroads in any major subgroup of U.S. investors. They say 3% of men, 1% of women, 3% of those aged 18 to 49, and 1% of those aged 50 and older report owning Bitcoin. So, I mean, if we look at those percentages, this isn't really great. So we have to ask ourselves, personally, if I put out a poll on this channel today, how would you feel about Bitcoin and its use case scenarios, okay? So do you think it's fulfilling any of the traditional roles? Is it like a suitable medium of exchange? Is it something you see? Or is it a unit of measurement or a store of value? I mean, these are things that I want us to think about, and I would love for you to put a comment in the video. So drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think, and we shall talk about this. Next up, McAfee is in the news again. McAfee-backed wallet attacked by experts for unhackable claims. Now, I found this article particularly interesting and also a sign of his arrogance and everything. I mean, I like reading about McAfee. Like I said in my previous video, I consider him the Trump of crypto. And so let's look at this, right? So they say BitFi or BitFi. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced, but I think I'm going to do BitFi. So BitFi is a McAfee-backed wallet, and it's been attacked by security researchers as they believe claims that it's unhackable are false. Okay? So when the wallet was introduced in June, it was marketed as the first truly unhackable wallet. And John McAfee actually said that of all today's elaborate and sophisticated methods for making wallets secure and easy to use, surely none is as epic as that of the BitFi wallet. Now, several of his competitors have pioneered innovative methods to protect private keys, but BitFi pulled out all the stops. These are his words, and he says no other hardware wallet has ever been built to this level of sophistication. So those are really bold claims. Now, BitFi themselves said that their conclusion is that their product is mostly charitably described as a foot gun, meaning a device designed for shooting yourself in the foot. Now, McAfee, which is known for being a shill in the crypto community, I mean, he's one of those guys, pretty much every ICO as far as I'm concerned, and this is a gross exaggeration, I have to be honest. But, I mean, he's been seen promoting ICOs. That's what I mean. He's known as being a shill in the cryptocurrency community. And he has credibility to lose in the cybersecurity space as an antivirus pioneer. So he shot back by labeling critics as haters and negative reviews as fake. And so, I mean, this is the reason why people are actually trying to hack this. Now, McAfee also told his critics to try and hack the wallet, and he also put out a $100,000 bounty for anyone who is able to hack this. So, I mean, I want you all to think about that because this is really bold. So, if no one is able to hack this, then I assure you, BitFi is made. Now, we're just going to leave it at that, and we're going to be looking at subsequent news to see what comes up. But yeah, BitFi, $100,000 bounty. If you're a hacker, if you're someone who feels you can do that, I think you should look into it because why not? So more news on Tron. Tron goes live on Android with iOS version incoming too. The latest thing is the launch of the new Tron wallet for Android phones. Now this will see a native and home-built TRX storage solution become available on investors' mobile phones. And this is supposed to improve relations between Tron and its customers, and moreover it's going to improve the experience of investors worldwide. Now it will be launched on the iOS soon enough, so all them Apple guys can just hang on in there, right? Now the wallet is designed to empower Tron users to allow them to sign smart contracts in a secure manner without the need for private keys. So they went on to talk about the official Tron announcement, and they talked about all the features for the Tron phone. I've highlighted a few that I personally find good. I'm also going to put a link to this article in the details section of the video, so if anybody else wants, you know, the extra details and all that, you could always check it out, right? But the ones that I've highlighted are the ones that I felt were important to me and I feel should be important to you. So first off, there are going to be no fees. Yeah, that's right. Sending and receiving TRX is going to be free. Then it's open source and there's privacy. So very important, your keys are yours and private to you only. They are never going to hold your keys. And to the programmers who are watching this show, you may check the code. Next up, the other thing I found right is that they did the benchmark versus 20 top crypto wallets. So yeah, they say that they checked other wallets to make sure that the Tron wallet is top-notch in features and build quality. So I mean, they're looking out for you because they know you're going to put those comments in and they know you're going to complain and all that. So they're taking care of all that. Now, there's also the Tron wallet API, which I found very useful because I mean, I'm kind of into the gaming industry, kind of on the side. So here they say they made it easy for app and game developers to integrate and use Tron. So I'm eager to see how that works out, and I hope you are too. Now we're going to move on to the next one real quick. Neo partners with Certic to boost smart contract security. So on the 1st of August, which is today, Neo, a blockchain platform, made an announcement about its partnership with Certic, a security auditor, in order to intensify the protection and verification of smart contracts for the Neo's platform, right? Now, Certic is a formal verification platform for smart contracts and blockchain ecosystems, and it was established by the elites of Yale and Columbia University. It's the world's first operating system which is resistant to hacker attacks and is being used in several fields, including government and military systems. So here again, I also caught that recently Lynn Peter, he's the director of R&D at the Neo Global Development. Now, he stated that the Neo blockchain experienced a network blockage, which resulted in a spam attack. So this might be one of the reasons why they even considered this in the first place. Now, the attack emerged in the form of negative invocations and led to multiple transactions taking place on their network without the transfer of any funds. So that's good. Now, however, the team was unable to detect the actual cause behind the attack, and whether it occurred due to a bug in the contract's code or if it was executed with an intention of hacking, that remains unknown. But however, Certic is on board right now, and so we should see some action pretty soon. So all them people who are looking into codes and everything, I think you might find this useful. Now, next up, we're going to talk about Ripple's Swell conference, and basically Ripple had recently begun their marketing campaign for the conference later this year. The Swell conference, as it's known, It's going to be hosted by the company itself, and it boasts of a star-studded lineup of speakers. Now, interestingly enough, they've locked down the 42nd president of the United States, Bill Clinton, as the keynote speaker, and Gene Sperling, the national economic advisor under the presidents Clinton and Obama. So the conference is basically being touted as the world's leaders in policy, payments, and technology connect. And it's slated to take place on the 1st and 2nd of October this year in San Francisco. Now, those 2 days are going to be event-packed, and the agenda, which we're going to see below, is actually pretty full. So here they say Clinton's opinions will be presented in a question and answer session, which will be moderated by the aforementioned Gene Sperling, who notably served as the National Economic Council Director and advisor under the terms of both Clinton and Obama. So here we have the agenda. We're looking at Monday, 1st of October. They have them private meetings, breakfast and demos, conversation with the president. There'll be lunch with Ripple. Should be interesting. And welcome remarks from CEO Brad Garlinghouse. I'm going to put a link in the details section of this video so you could actually all check this out, and that should be pretty good. Next up, Bitmain has more than 50% of the Bitcoin network hash rate. Now, this is something that's given a lot of people some concern because nobody really knows why Bitmain is moving so fast. But Bitmain is the biggest name in mining as far as anyone who knows anything about mining goes. So here it says, recently it was revealed that Bitmain, who is the leading hardware development company for cryptocurrency mining operations throughout the world, is nearing the 51% hash rate mark on the Bitcoin blockchain. There have been some concerns that Bitmain may have some negative intentions and all, but I mean, at the moment there's no reason why Bitmain would have negative intentions. So let's look and see what they have to go on. So yeah, they say everyone likes to think Bitcoin is a much decentralized operation, and it is if you think about it in terms of who owns it. But while all of that is true, one can also see that these coins aren't really decentralized as everyone thinks. And there are intrinsic issues with coins having smaller caps in the past year that bring these half-truths to surface. So now, people don't believe that Bitmain is going to do anything to hurt Bitcoin, but if they're putting in the cheese it takes to gain over 50%, then yes, there may be a reason, or I mean, they may have an end game, or this could just be a business plan to be the best. Who knows, right? So what they say is that this development actually shows us that the Bitcoin blockchain isn't truly decentralized. And if this is allowed to continue, no matter how much we want it to be, and if most of the new coins coming into the Bitcoin economy are going to one pool, Bitmain, one has to ask themselves if that is bullish or bearish. So now, Bitmain isn't the first company to actually have gone 51%. There was also Ghash. And the proposal put forward by Ghash to actually solve the problem was that miners were going to move their resources into different pools so that no one could have like a singular majority in any pool. Now, it was a great idea, but there are differences between Ghash and Bitmain. And so looking at them now, Ghash was not a mining corporation and they weren't dedicated to the production of mining hardware, right? Bitmain is. Now, Ghash was also a collection of small miners that bonded together and formed a union, and so they had different rules. Now, Ghash asked some of them to vacate the pool, and they did. Bitmain isn't going to do that because Bitmain is the big cake. Bitmain is the big fish, so they're going to do what they're going to do. And we don't know what they're going to do right now. We can only speculate. So another unlikely solution to this would be to change the Bitcoin proof of work algorithm, right? And this is very unlikely because of security issues that could come from such a move. So that's probably not going to happen. However, this goes to show a crack in the decentralization theory, they say. And whether that makes you nervous or not is up to the person. But one thing is clear, for decentralization to continue, we all need to play by the unwritten set of rules that come with cryptocurrency mining. So that said, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section of the video as always. And I'm going to end this on a more social-minded note. Ripple partners with Madonna to fundraise for orphans in Malawi. Now, Madonna basically, as a way to celebrate her 60th birthday, says that all donations are going to Raising Malawi, a non-profit organization she co-founded with the American screenwriter Michael Berg in 2006 to support its work at the Home of Hope Orphanage in Malawi. So Ripple has been known for doing a couple of these things, but the campaign, which began on the 30th of July, is going to run all the way to August of the 31st. So August 31st, right? And has already raised more than $26,000 from nearly 550 people within the 2 days. So if you're watching this and you want to put down something on that, I mean, by all means, you know where to put it now. And nearly halfway to the $60,000 target. They had a target. According to a Facebook donations page, you can just put some stuff down. 26, we still have a way to go. So right, the fundraising event will serve as a gift connecting my global family with this beautiful country and the children who need our help the most, Madonna says. So we're going to end it on that, and this is probably all we're going to look at today. So if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of this, do smash the like button, do hit the subscribe button so you can catch my videos as they drop. My name is Majesty Biang, and I'll do my best to keep this kind of content coming your way. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.